All right. Well, I was so long-winded I ran the battery out on the other one, but on the other video. So anyway, getting back to the floors, we're actually missing a whole other piece of flooring. It wasn't wrong. It wasn't done wrong because it's just missing. It's not here. So we're making that piece of flooring today as well. Again, we discovered these things last week, but you know, when we make a discovery about something missing, a piece of scope, we've got everybody scheduled, we've got everybody tightly scheduled, you kind of end up going to the back of the line when we run into these issues. And I know you don't like to hear that, but that's just, you know, I can sit out here and camp with the boat while I'm waiting on the parts and materials or tools. Speaking of tools, we're getting ready to put the floor down in pretty much a permanent fashion. It will be removable, but you'll have to take out your trim pieces on the side of the boat, and then you'll have to take out your marmoleum, and then you'll have to take out then you can take out your floor panels. So one thing that, thank goodness, Taylor discovered, when he dipped it, we dipped this again, by the way, and so that we could mark the water line. And I didn't show you the water line, but as you may recall, the water line was coming up. The water line was in the wrong spot, and basically the bronze was coming up too high. So we have fixed that, but we dipped it in the water to make sure that the water line would be level with the water. We could have, had we just guessed at it, it would have been wrong, and your water line would not have been level with the water. So we actually took it down the lake and dipped it again for you. Okay, getting back to the floors now. One of the things that Taylor discovered was that there's supposed to be limber holes, and I'm going to use this. This is a new drill bit, and we bought 2 of them because our old drill bit broke as we were trying to fix the limber holes in your boat. So there's a big drill bit on this, and this is a very flexible drill rod so that we can put this down between the frames and we can drill your limber holes. The limber holes being the holes that allow water to pass. That's a limber hole right there. It allows water to pass from one section to the next section and get to the bilge pumps. Well, you got limber holes back here, but there's no limber holes up in the front of the boat. So the water was being trapped up in the front of the boat and wouldn't come out of the drain. So we started drilling and we broke our other drill bit. We only had one of these and we broke it. So now we've got 2 more so that we can get your drilling done without drilling a hole through the bottom of the boat. So that's been, we've been doing that activity. So while we were waiting on, I know Taylor started off with the discussion that we're waiting on a piece of chrome, which I'm going to show you the piece of chrome we're waiting on. Well, I guess I can't show you the piece of chrome we're waiting on because we're waiting on it, but it's the piece of chrome that the lenses go in on the bottom of the bow light. And so it came in and it was not drilled and countersunk, and I sent it off for chrome plating without realizing that it did not have the proper holes in it from the manufacturer. We're also in the process of polishing the strips that go on the dash. And let me take you on over here. We also buffed all the metals that we had. You remember the cut water? Don't remember if you remember how bad it looked or not, but here's the cut water, and you know, look at the reflection of that sweatshirt on the cut water. We also buffed all of the stainless that goes around your hatch, and we are putting on your hinge was chrome-plated brass. We're putting on the stainless hinge because the chrome-plated brass would have to be re-chromed, and it doesn't last. So here are the blonde trim pieces. That's a blonde trim piece that goes on your seat. Also missing from your boat, you know, the front seat frames were missing, but so also were the trim pieces that hold the front seat backs. So there's several of these hanging right here, and that's what they're for. And so we're going to pass on through here. Oh, and here's your now stainless hinge, all cut, curved, polished, and ready to go on. Let's see. Oh yeah, stainless for the flooring. flooring is right here. We had, 2 weeks ago, we had our flooring guy lined up, and he came in, and you have to line these guys up like 2 weeks in advance. And he came in to put the flooring down, which, thank goodness, it turns out we weren't really ready. We had 2 pieces of flooring that were going to give him a problem. But we opened up our canister of marmoleum flooring, like I just did for you today. It is the right color. Anyway, we had 5 feet of marmoleum flooring instead of 5 yards of marmoleum flooring. So we've gone back and gotten the right quantity of flooring for marmoleum, and now our flooring guy is due in Thursday. So, and if we have any bad weather, we might get him a day early, but right now he's not due until Thursday. Okay, the only other thing that could end up being an issue is the windshield frame. The windshield frame was, when these boats were built, the windshield frames were, and they're in this box right here, this crate that we made for them. The windshield frames were placed on the boat, and then they were ground and made to fit, and then they took the windshield frame and sent it to the chrome shop, and then brought the windshield frame back and put it back on the boat. So my only concern and my only caution I'm telling you is that this boat's been remanufactured by another guy, but it doesn't matter whether it's another guy. All the boats are a little bit different, and that's why they formed the windshield to the boat in the factory before they chromed it. So that's the only other hitch in the get-along. We should know by the end of the day whether we're going to have a hitch in the get-along on the windshield or not, or whether we're going to be able to place it. My plan is that we put the windshield on there, and if we have to do any adjustments, we adjust it by replacing the glass, which I know you have brand new glass, but we may be able to modify what you've got, or maybe may have to replace what you've got. So I didn't want you to think that while we were waiting on chrome that we weren't doing anything, and I know it's very frustrating for you guys, for us, but it's very frustrating for us too, that when we reach for a part that came with the boat that we're assuming is like a piece of flooring, when we reach for that part, we're assuming it's going to be there and it's going to be correct, and it's not. And we've made some commitments to you based on not knowing that, and so it's very frustrating for us too, because now we've got to, we're thinking you're going out the door, and we're thinking we're going to get our billing done, and we're thinking all those things, and then we find out, no, he's here for a while longer. It's actually very frustrating for us too. So we just wanted to let you know that we've been hard at work on this boat since the last trip. Well, since the last trip here, we've had somebody on it nearly every day. Part of this that we're not charging for. Like I said, we put 4 more coats of paint on the side of your boat. We weren't sure why the filler was bleeding through and so forth, so we put 4 more coats of paint. We did, when Ed was here last time, we did point out that the bronze was coming up too far on the boat.